Welcome back to Blueprint DIY. Angelina here again for another tutorial. Today we're going to do DIY sweater pillows. A couple of weeks ago on Instagram, I had posted a picture of an inspiration that I was using from Pinterest to make my own sweater pillows. You know, at the end of the winter, of course, you're going to start to clean out your closet and get rid of some old stuff, and inevitably there'll probably be some sweaters in that pile. So if you look through that pile and you see some sweaters that, you know, would really look good with your decor in your home, then, you know, why not just take them and use them and make something else out of them? So I already have used them to make boot socks. I've already used them to make some hats. And so I wanted to go ahead and do the sweater pillows. So here's the tutorial for my version of these 4 different types of DIY sweater pillows. First, put the pillow inside the sweater to make sure it's going to be long enough for this design. Then put pins on the sides and top to mark where you want to cut. Next, take the pillow out of the sweater and cut a rectangle along where you've placed your pins. Also, cut the rib neck collar off and put it aside for later. Turn the pieces inside out and sew the 3 sides that are supposed to be closed in. Now turn it right side out and put the pillow back in. Grab it like a candy wrapper and tie a bow using the collar piece that you cut. Voila, that one's done. Next, for the sweater pillow, again, you'll want to put the pillow inside and pin where you want to cut. Then, cut along the pins, not forgetting to leave a little room for your seams. However, sweaters are stretchy and pillows are squishy, so this project is pretty forgiving. Then lay the pieces inside out so that you can sew all 4 sides. But make sure your zipper is down enough to get your fingers inside once you finish sewing the pieces together. Now, for the sweater that has the zipper, what I discovered after I did it the first time and I didn't like how the zipper turned out at the top, I cut off some more at the top and then I left this notch at the top where the zipper is. And so I cut off till I get to the zipper and then went over and then cut off on the other side. And then when I made this stitch across, of course, I went to the zipper and then skipped the zipper and then kept going because my needle, of course, would break there. But I took a needle and thread and I sewed the zipper together here so that just in case the zipper gets past the inside of, you know, where the stitch is, it won't fall off, because you do not want that zipper to fall off. It's very hard to get it back on there if it falls off. Then just put your pillow back in, zip it up, and then you're done with that one. For the heart pillow, first you'll cut off the bottom part of the sweater. Then cut the sweater to the appropriate size to fit the pillow. Then cut the bottom piece open and cut it curved at the end. We're going to use fray check on the cut edge so that it won't ravel. Now sew the edge of the long piece with a loose seam. Then pull one thread to gather the piece. Now pin the piece down in the shape of a heart on the front of one of your sweater squares. Then sew the heart down to the square. Then put the squares together inside out and sew 3 sides. Once you've done that, turn it right side out and insert the pillow. Now you'll turn in the seams at the open side and use a needle and thread to sew the last side. Try to hide the thread knot inside the seam and just continue to pull the needle through each side and out until you get to the end. Once you get to the end, put the needle in and out one spot a couple of times just to make sure it's secure, and then cut the thread. And again, voila, you're done. For this pillow, unfortunately, I didn't record it because it was the first one I did, and I wanted to just do one to see if I liked how they would turn out and to see if I could do it. And so I'm going to take the pillow and turn it inside out so I can show you guys how I did it. Okay, you're gonna cut this one very similar to how we cut the red one. You're going to need a rectangular shape. And you can see that before this was sewn, it was a rectangular shape. Then you cut one side into a square. And you leave the other side as a rectangle. I wish the sweater had been long enough where I had more length here. I have about, I would say this is about 2.5 inches. So if your sweater is longer, I think it would be better because it will overlap more. But, you know, the 2.5 inches worked, so I went with it. And then you'll want to lay your pieces inside out. And the long piece, the part that's a rectangle, you fold that inside and put the other piece on top of it. Then you're going to sew your 3 sides and leave this side open. If you don't have a serger or you don't want a serger, you can always use the fray check on that side. And I also did like a little notch on these sides because when I first did it, it was coming out, the corners were really pointy. So I just did a little stitch on the corner so that it wouldn't come out all pointy and everything. And then I just use a needle and thread and sew 3 buttons. You can kind of see where I sewed those just on the flap side so that it looks like they're, you know, it's closed, but it's not closed. I can always take it off. So there you have it, 4 wonderful and pretty easy DIY sweater pillows. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and as always, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, and thank you to all my new subscribers. And if you guys want to showcase what you've done from any of my tutorials or just giving other people inspiration, please hashtag MyBlueprintDIY on Instagram or Twitter, or you can just send me your pictures just at Blueprint DIY on Facebook, and I would love to feature them on my social media channels. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.